Hello folks, only Chrissy Morris. I've just got back from Manchester. It's been very busy, productive couple of days. A bit tired. I'm having a beer as well. This is going to be the first video in a few because there's so much to go through you wouldn't believe, and now that I've won the case and the gloves are off, I've got the conviction quashed, as we all knew it would happen. It helps if you're innocent, and it helps if they don't try and pass dodgy writs and warrants about and stuff like that. So this is the first one, as I've just said, and is all I want to do right now, guys, is just hit you with some stuff. This is one of the things that I was going to try and do in the case. I didn't manage to do it because obviously my first thing was to prove that they're giving out dodgy warrants and writs and stuff, so which is exactly what I won it on. I would have brought this one into the case and just seen how it went. What I'd like you to do, folks, is take a bit of the pressure off me. Have a look into this and learn it. Give me your thoughts and stuff like that, because paperwork ain't my forte. It's not something that I enjoy doing either, because papers and stuff like that, I'm a lot better talking and having rows. So what I'm going to start off by just saying, guys, is there is a form called an N293a. An N293a. Now, the N293a is that. Don't know if you can see it. And it looks like that. And this is off the Her Majesty's Court and Tribunal Service Form Finder. It is the form that they use to get a 66 writ, apparently. Now, this is a letter from High Court Enforcement Group that were the bailiffs responsible for the crime. Notice I said crime because it was. And in it, you'll see, look, Mrs. Frances Briley, the initiator of all the trouble, and my mate Wrecker. Now, look very closely. It says there, please find enclosed the what is it? Oh, God, sorry, I'm tired. N293a. Please find enclosed the N293a, blah, blah, blah. So they used an N392a. Now, there are four types of people that are in a house, really, when it comes down to this sort of thing anyway. And one of them is an absolute title holder. That means you own the property. You own it outright. You've not got a mortgage for it. The next one is a mortgagee, which means you've got a mortgage for the property, which means you don't own it yet. You're just, in there with a mortgage. And then you've got the a tenant, which is renting. And the last one is a squatter or a trespasser. So you've got a squatter or a trespasser. Now, this form, which is the N293a, which is the form that they used, notice at the bottom it's got, please note, blah blah blah, judgment or order has been sent to the High Court for enforcement by writ of blah 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 against trespassers only. They've used a form on someone that owns the building when it's only for trespassers. Now, if you get a form off the government to do anything nowadays, you get anything wrong, yeah, they send it back. They're like, no, you've mucked it up. You've used the wrong form. You've filled in the wrong box. You've used the wrong ink. Even occasionally, I've heard people have had their stuff, sent back. So what we're trying to say is the N293a, I think that's the one. If that's been used and you've been evicted on an N293a, and you aren't a squatter or a trespasser, have they mucked up procedurally? Have they got it wrong? Have they done that because a judge will get this and go, trespassers, poof, and do his rubber stamping signature or whatever the bloody hell he's doing? Do they put it through to make the process easier, to get to get the writ, to get evicted and stuff like that? As you can see, they used it. Frances Briley used it, and Rekha Patel owns the property. She wasn't a trespasser or a squatter. If you've had your ass taken off you, and they've used that form, and you weren't a squatter or a trespasser, have you got a chance of using this to get some compensation or whatever? Guys, do me a favour, yeah, take some weight off of. There's a few other people that are looking into it, but let's everyone have a look into it. You know, if you want to sort of like dip your toes in the water, just have a look and see what you can find out about it, and you know, because if this can help people, and I think there's going to be a few hundred, maybe thousands of people that have lost their homes to this wrong form being used. Is there a possibility that you can get some back out of the money grabbing? But yeah, you know what I mean. Guys, have a look. Next video that will be coming up, like I said, I'm going to do short little sort of like 5 to 7 minute videos, because otherwise they get really boring, and they overlap and I lose my train of thought. And as you can see, there is so much to go through, and there's some juicy stuff as well. N293a, check it out, see if they've been using the wrong forms, and see if we can utilise that to take money off of the greedy bankers and put it back into your pockets. Love you all, and many thanks to everyone that supported me. There's far too many people to name, and I've been hit around the head too much. Love you all. I'll do another vid tomorrow, hopefully. I need some quiet time. Love ya.